The most dangerous computer virus is explained in 8 minutes.
In May 2017, computers around the world began locking up without warning. Screens went black, files were encrypted, and a red message appeared in their place. It demanded
Alright, I don't have a computer, so I low-key don't know any of these viruses. I only have a Chromebook or laptop, so...
payment in Bitcoin and gave a deadline. This was WannaCry, also known as WannaCrypt, one of the most destructive cyber attacks ever seen. WannaCry spread automatically by exploiting a vulnerability in Windows systems, moving from one...
Alright, that's completely your fault. Like, you're literally going into random places. Like, of course you're gonna get a virus.
computer to another across entire networks. Within hours, hospitals, schools, businesses, and
There's no way, like, a virus can do all of that? What the hell?
government offices were affected, many forced to shut down critical systems. Once inside a computer, WannaCry encrypted files, documents, and photos, making them completely inaccessible. A countdown timer appeared warning victims that their data would be lost forever if they didn't pay in time. Even then, paying offered no real guarantee of recovery. What made WannaCry especially dangerous was how quietly it moved. Many systems were infected without any direct interaction from the user. Computers that hadn't been updated with security patches were the most vulnerable, and the virus spread rapidly through outdated networks, leaving chaos.
Wait, so do they just get all your information in like a few seconds? They ask you to pay, and they just don't give anything back? I mean, that's the most lose-lose situation in like ever, bro.
In its wake. The outbreak slowed only after a security researcher discovered a hidden kill switch in the code. By then, hundreds...
Yo, that's actually crazy, bro. That has to be, yo, don't ever...
of thousands of computers across more than 150 countries had already been infected. You are an idiot. In the early 2000s, a strange and frustrating piece...
Yo, here's the thing, viruses have the most weirdest names, bro. Like, what do you mean? You can name anything in, like, the world, anything, and you name your virus, you are an idiot.
of malware appeared online under a blunt name, You Are an Idiot. Rather than hiding in the background, this malware was built to make itself impossible to ignore, turning the user's own screen into the attack. Once triggered, usually by visiting a malicious website, the malware immediately...
See, once again, they're just visiting the most weirdest websites ever, so of course you're gonna get a virus, bro.
began opening endless pop-up windows across the screen. Each window displayed flashing graphics, smiling faces, and the same mocking message, You Are an Idiot, over and over again. Closing one window only caused 6 more to appear, quickly taking over the desktop. As the pop-ups multiplied, system resources were pushed to their limits. The constant creation of new windows consumed memory and processing power, causing computers to slow down dramatically or become completely unresponsive. In many cases, users were forced to restart their systems just to regain control. However, restarting didn't always solve the problem. Some variants of You Are an Idiot used scripts that reactivated the attack on startup, repeating the process and trapping users in a cycle of crashes and forced reboots. The malware didn't steal data.
Alright, at that point, just buy a new PC, bro, because they're just gonna be the most annoying people ever, bro. That has to be the most annoying thing ever, bro.
Or encrypt files, but its persistence made it incredibly disruptive. I love you. In May 2000, the I love you virus began when an email reached a user. That message carried the subject line, I love you, and included an attachment named Love Letter for You.txt, a Visual Basic script disguised as a harmless text file. When the attachment was opened, the script executed immediately and began copying itself across the system. Once active, I love you overwrote files, replacing images, documents, and other critical data with copies of itself. At the same time, it accessed the user's address book and automatically sent the infected attachment to every contact it could find, allowing the virus to move from one inbox to the next without additional user action. Rather than exploiting complex software flaws, the virus...
Yo, mind you, that was in the 2000s. Imagine right now.
virus relied on trust and curiosity. Because the email appeared personal and familiar, many recipients opened it without suspicion. Within days, millions of computers were affected, forcing organizations to shut down email systems and isolate networks to contain the damage. Security measures at the time were largely unprepared for malware distributed via email, making the attack highly effective. My doom. In early 2004, MyDoom appeared and quickly became one of the fastest spreading computer worms ever recorded. Instead of relying on user interaction, MyDoom was designed to spread automatically, using email and network connections to move from one computer to another at an unprecedented speed. Once a system was infected, MyDoom scanned the computer for email addresses stored in files, address books, and cache data. It then sent itself out as an email attachment, often using generic or misleading subject lines. Because the emails seemed to come from real contacts, many users opened them without suspicion, allowing the worm to spread even further. MyDoom didn't just spread quietly in the background. It consumed system resources, slowed down computers, and caused noticeable performance issues. In many cases, infected machines became unstable, with users experiencing freezes or unusually high network activity. One of MyDoom's most disruptive behaviors was its use of infected computers to
Yo, some of these viruses are just genuinely crazy, bro. Oh god.
launch large-scale DDoS attacks. These attacks flooded targeted websites with massive amounts of traffic, temporarily knocking major online services offline and demonstrating how malware could be used as a weapon rather than just a nuisance. At its peak, MyDoom is estimated to have caused around $38 billion in total damages worldwide, making it one of the most costly cyber attacks in history. MyDoom also opened a backdoor on infected systems, allowing remote access without the user's knowledge. This meant compromised computers could be controlled from the outside, further expanding the worm.
Oh my god, bro. You'll never give me these type of viruses ever. I'm not even finishing this, bro.